Welcome back to Waffle Wars. In this video, we will be going over the bonus games that can be played using Waffle Wars. These games offer additional ways to use the board and pieces while building on the core mechanics you've already seen. Each one introduces a different objective and style of play, giving players more options beyond the standard game. Waffle Wars offers a variety of mini games including Snake. Starting with an empty board, two players take turns placing pieces. On their first move, they can place anywhere, but for the rest of the game, their next move must be in an adjacent space, straight or diagonal, to their last move. The first player that runs out of open spaces to place in loses, and the other player wins. The minigame is called Snake because it is very similar to the game where a snake grows as it eats apples and attempts to survive without running into anything. The next game mode is Checkers. The game begins with two rows of 6 pieces on opposite sides of the waffle, with 2 rows of empty pieces in between. The players take turns moving one space in any direction, straight or diagonal. They can do jumping the same as in Checkers or Waffle Wars, but it is not a must-jump rule. Also, 2+ jumps in a single turn are allowed, just like in Checkers. To win, you must make it to the other side of the waffle, reaching the line where the opponent's pieces started in the back row, just like how a piece becomes a king in normal Checkers. The last game mode is Hostage Rescue or Capture the Flag. This game requires a dice which is not included in the package, but it can be any regular dice. The game begins with the waffle positioned diagonally with a corner facing both players, and each player's corner is a hostage, which is just an opponent's piece that cannot be moved. Positioned in front of each hostage are 9 of the opposite pieces of the hostage in 3 diagonal rows. The first row from the hostage has 2, then the next has 3, and the last, closest to the middle of the board, has 4. Players will take turns rolling a die, moving straight on the grid diagonally compared to how the board is positioned, the number of spaces indicated on the die. They can move over their own pieces, but not their opponent's pieces. When a player moves over their own piece, they do not take it off the board, but instead it remains where it is. Since the longest possible move is 5, if the dice rolls 6, the player can split the movement between 2 pieces. For example, they can move one piece 2 spaces and another 4 spaces. This also applies to any other time when moving straight in a direction. A certain number of spaces is not possible due to blocking. However, if a move is possible, they cannot split the movement between 2 pieces. If you land in the same space as an opponent's piece, their piece is eliminated. If you land in the same space as their hostage, your piece, then you win. Alternatively, you can play a version where you must take the hostage back to your corner, but that works better with a different object being the hostage, or in this case, the flag. Those are the main bonus games. However, there are a couple more possible bonus games that are explained in the rule booklet and also on WaffleWars.com. That wraps up our overview of the bonus games included with Waffle Wars. We hope you enjoy playing these bonus games and exploring new ways to use the board. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave a comment on this video or any of our other socials. Thank you for watching and have fun playing.